Nice place. A little small, but whoa, nice. I like the pictures. Pretty neat. Wow. Alright, so when you come up to the shop owner, you're going to see hold enter to open Ravage supply. So once you open the shop, in my previous video seen here, I showed you part 3 of the KES economy system, which enabled you to set up a shop and buy and sell vehicles. In today's video, I will be sharing with you part 4, a new expansion to the KES economy system. In this part, you will be able to set up a shop and buy and sell food and miscellaneous survival items used in the Arma 3 mod, Ravage. KES Ravage Supply Shop, Part 4. Thanks to KenHim7 for the idea. Okay, here's a mission I put together to demonstrate this new script, and to begin with, we're going to go to the scenario tab at the top and then down to open scenario folder, and we're going to install the script. Here we are in the mission folder. I'm going to bring up another folder with the script in it, and this is a zip file. I'm going to drag this to the mission folder, and I'm going to link this for download in the description of the video. When you get it, extract the zip or double click it and copy both of these and drag these into your mission folder just like that. Let's close the zip and remove it from the mission. In the zip you have two files. You have a description.ext, which is the UI or user interface code for the shop. So without this, the shop is not going to show or work. Here we have a KES folder. This is the Kill Economy System. Let's open up the KES folder. And here we have 3 scripts. Well, the first script here is Kill Economy System. With this script, you are able to kill soldiers and destroy vehicles and earn money from it. It also has a system in it where the money that you earned gets saved into an account and it is persistent. This has its own functions and stuff. You could actually open up the script and look at how to use it, and there's other things for it. So here's the new script that we're going to be going over, and I'm going to be showing you how to set up and use today, the KES Ravage Supply Shop.sqf. Before we go to that, let's go over this one. This is the Ravage Supply Prices. This is basically a script that enables you to change the prices that you see at the shop. We'll go over that after we get this set up and working and we check it out. So let's start with this KES Ravage Supply Shop. KES Ravage Supply Shop by Gunter Severloh. The script adds a dedicated Ravage mod supplies trader who sells food, drinks, meds, tools, shelter, miscellaneous using the same UI or user interface layout behavior as the KES Weapons and Gear Shop. So yes, I took the same code from the weapons shop and basically used it as a template and kind of built off of that. I'm not going to go over the features. The required files are basically everything in this folder right here, and this script specifically works really only with Ravage mod. If you don't know what Ravage mod is, it is basically this right here. It is a post-apocalyptic survival mod where you can either fight against zombies or bandits or raiders and stuff like that, and it has modules that you could use in your mission that you could set up for survival. So you will need to be able to drink, eat, sleep, and other things, warm up by a fire, etc. It requires this mod because all the class names from Ravage for food items and miscellaneous things are in the script. So if you run it without, you're only going to get a couple of things like medkits and facts. So you're just going to be wasting your time. Optional files is the KES Ravage supply prices. It's up to you if you want to use the prices or not, but if you want to change them, you can. Installation. Put the following scripts into your mission folder. We did this already. Let's go to number 2, load scripts. You're going to copy this code right here, press Ctrl C, and we're going to start up a notepad document. When you see the cursor blinking, press Ctrl V. It will paste the code, and then let's go back to the script and go back to the script, and what you're going to do is highlight this title, leave the colon out, press Ctrl C, go back to your new script, then go to File, then go to Save As, and you're going to get a browse save box that opens up. Before you do anything, go to save as type and click on all files. This is if you're using Notepad. You want to go to your top here. For me, I'm just going to go to my desktop and locate my mission folder. And this is on Malden. And to know that you're finding your mission, you can just click on date modified a couple times until you see the latest mission at the top. Just double click to open it and you'll see the mission SQM and the other two scripts. Once you have that, just go to file name, click in the box, and when you see the cursor blinking, press Ctrl V. That will paste the title of the script that you need to have in there. Now just make sure that it says initPlayerLocal with a capital P and a capital L and .sqf and nothing else. Once you have that, just click on save, and with this we can close. If we go to our mission folder, we should now have an initPlayerLocal.sqf. Okay, now that we have that done, let's go to number 3, shopkeeper. Paste into the Ravage traders units init. You're going to copy this code all the way down to this point here. Not this, but to this. And you're going to press Ctrl C, which will copy it. And then we're going to go into the mission and find the trader that I have set up in my mission and put the code in his init. Okay, here we are in the mission, and we are actually at a gas station on Malden. And we're going to go to the entities panel, and I only have one unit set up for the shopkeeper. Just expand your entities panel using the expand all. Go to your units and just click on him, double click, and in his init box, just click, and when you see the cursor, press Ctrl V, and that will paste the code. And once you have that, just hit OK, and let's save our mission. And before we go on, let's go back to the script and let's go to the next section. Okay, we applied this code already, and let's scroll down now, and we're going to go to the parameters. KSRS sell factor. This is 0.75. What this is this is the sell price, 25% less of the full price. So what you sell, you're not going to get full price for. So let's say something costs $100 and you go to sell that item, you're not going to get $100 for it. You're going to get $75 for it because of the 0.75. KES RS filter. What this is the filter in the shop itself that starts at all. Say you wanted to start at foods, then you use these categories here in the bottom here and just put in food. Just like that. Just copy this and put it here. Filter base, you could ignore this. You can ignore this. This is just a lowercase search. KS drop if full. So this is set to false. So what this is if your inventory is full, like you're buying items at the shop and your inventory is full, it'll be like a sound saying you can't buy anymore because your inventory is full. Or you can have it set up where it will drop at your feet instead of blocking your purchase. So if you set it to true, it'll drop whatever you purchase at your feet, and then you can come back and pick it up if you want. Like say if you have a vehicle, then you could put those items in a vehicle. Show balance hint. What this is, if you set it to true, you'll get a hint of your exact balance that you see on the shop. I set this to false because you really don't need to see it. The shop menu is showing you the same thing what's in your account, so it's up to you if you want to use it or not. To sell only shop items, right now it's set to true, so only allow selling items that are in the shop's catalog. So if you go to sell some other things like a FAQ or a med kit or some other things, you probably won't be able to sell them because the shop will only buy what they sell. Include vanilla items, set to true. I have this at false. Include a few vanilla survival items, first aid kit, med kit, tool kit, and this one you can ignore. So that's basically it. Here are the stock list. These are basically the class names, all the class names from the Ravage mod. If you're not using Ravage mod, then you're not going to see any of this because these are actual food items that are configured in Ravage mod to be consumable, whereas in the game itself they're not. They're just items that you can put in your inventory. So these are all food items, drink items, medical, tools, camping, and miscellaneous stuff. That's really all you need to know with the script. Let's close this. We're going to go to Ravage supply prices. So we're going to open this. and you just scroll down to where it says the price arrays. Now you have your category and then your class name, and then you have another category, etc. These numbers right here are the prices. So the only thing you need to do here is just change this number to something that you want. If you want this to be $1, then just make it $1 and that's it. Save it and that's it. You can't change these class names because they're tied to the Ravage mod. Alright, let's get in game and take a look at the shop and see how it works. Let's go to the shop. The shop is down the road here. It's up on the right, you can see the sign. Just turn in here. And we'll just park right here. Alright, we're at the shop. Alright, so this is the KES Ravage supply shop. Nice place. A little small, but oh, nice. I like the pictures. Pretty neat. Wow. Alright, so when you come up to the shop owner, you're going to see hold enter to open Ravage supply. So once you open the shop, all the items in the shop will be on your left. It'll say shop inventory on this left panel. And then you have the player inventory, whatever the player is carrying. I'm not carrying anything. And this is what you could sell. So you have buy button, whatever's in the shop, and you have a sell button. So if you have something in your inventory, you just click on it and you just click on sell and you'll sell it. So at the top here you have all the filters. It starts on all. So you're going to have all the categories in the shop. Then you have cheap. Cheap is not going to show up because since I have a ton of money here, then it's just going to cancel it out because I can afford everything. It's useful if you don't have any money or if you have a little money and you click on this and then it'll show the cheapest at the top and then the most expensive at the bottom. Let's go to food. We click on food and it'll list all the foods for sale. So you have your canned foods, your box foods, you have cooked meat, powdered milk, raw meat, tactical bacon, baked beans. When you click on one of these, you're going to see the name of the item, which is here. Then you're going to see what category it's in, which is in food because we're in food, and then the price for it. I set these prices myself. Some of them could be a little bit different or better, but as a base price, if you went to the store, a can of bean, depending on what type of beans, the brand, how big the can is, etc., would probably be about $4 or $5. Sometimes maybe a little bit cheaper. Box of rice, I don't know, I don't eat rice, so made it $5. Cooked meat, if you were buying meat at the store, they're going to run between $20, $25, and $30 depending on the amount. So to me, those are realistic prices. Tactical bacon, same as the beans. So that's just foods. Then you have drinks. Canteen is probably could be a little bit more, maybe like $10, $15. Then you have clean water, dirty water, and some soda cans. Those prices probably could be a little bit less, maybe $2 or $3, depends. And then we have medical, and you have anti-raids, which is if you get radiation, then you use these. And we have a first aid kit, a med kit, water purification tablets. Then we have tools, box of matches. You'll need a can opener to open up the canned foods, so it's important to have this. Then we have a fuel canister, empty fuel canister, cutting knife for cutting meat, hose for siphoning fuel, red flare, tire for changing tires, and a toolbox which you'll need to change tires and stuff. Enables repairs of vehicles, can be used several times. Used to repair wheels. And we have a camp, so you could actually put up a sleeping bag and sleep and pass the time. And then we have miscellaneous. Now these are mainly for collecting water and starting a fire. So documents folder would be something you'd start a fire with. Empty bottle, you in Ravage go around in a town, and if you find a fountain you can actually fill the bottle with water. And same with the can. Same with the empty canteen. Use this for fire. You can buy and sell all this stuff. So let's buy some baked beans. So what you do is you click on the item, click on buy, and it'll get added to your inventory. Now, if I go to sell this, as I was saying with the parameters, you're going to get $4 for whatever you buy because it's 75%. This is my accounts. My account stayed persistent. So if you watched my last video, I bought some vehicles and sold vehicles. So this is kind of where it left off. All right, let's get some more stuff. Let's get some cooked. Let's see, how about some sheep? We'll buy that. And let's get some ethical bacon. Let's get something to drink. How about some clean water? We'll buy that. And as you notice, your account will, drop in funds, obviously. And let's get a Fanta soda. And what else could we use? We'll need a can opener for the canned foods, the baked beans. And let's see, what else do we need? That's good for now. Let's get some medical. Let's get a first aid kit, which is this. We'll buy one of these. There we go. Alright, so let's actually go out in the world here. I'm going to show you something with Ravage. If you go to your inventory, you'll actually see this. Now this has nothing to do with my script. This is Ravage itself. When you get injured, this number will go down, the health will go down, and then for nutrition, this actually depletes over time. So nutrition is basically your hunger. It should, in my opinion, you should say hunger. Your hydration is your thirst, and this will go down. This is set up through a module through Ravage. For hydration, if we get something to drink, all you do is, while your inventory is open, you just double click the water, and your guy will make a drinking sound, and the number will change. And then you'll get an empty bottle with that. And if you go to a fountain somewhere, I don't think there's any around here, you could fill this up with water and carry that around. Now if we drop the can opener and we wanted to eat the beans, nothing will happen. So you're going to see nothing will happen. So if we add the can opener and double click the beans, you'll hear a chewing sound, or hear a chewing and eating sound, and then your nutrition will go up. Same with this. We just ate that. So same with this. Can be used to drink water from wells, an empty bottle. So if you find a well, I don't think there's any wells around here. Yeah, there's not going to be any wells around here. Then you could fill it up and drink water. That's a gas tank right there. So if you wanted to sell these, just go back into the shop here, and you could sell the empty can if you want. You'll get $4 for it. And yeah, we'll sell this too. In Ravage, you don't really want to sell these, so I'm just going to sell it just for demonstration, but you'll see that your numbers go up. And that's it. So here's all your filters, and if you wanted to search, like say if you're on all, what you do in search, you just click on the box, and what you type in is just type in what you want. So if you're looking for baked beans, which are at the top already, then you could just do something like that, and it'll just narrow down your search. This is not case sensitive, and that's it. Alright guys, that's it. I hope you enjoy this new expansion for Ravage, and I want to thank you guys for watching, and have fun with the shop.